Selling your caravan. Now, if you're thinking about selling your caravan, our video today is going to hopefully give you a few hints and tips and ideas, and hopefully get you the best value for your caravan when you come to sell it. So I've been planning on doing a selling video for months and months and months and months, but we just haven't just got round to it. So today I'm going to go through what we are looking for and potentially what other people will look for if you're looking to sell your caravan. Now, it's a bit of a cheat really, because I'm using a 2019 van, so it all obviously depends on what age of the van, but a lot of the things that you're going to do, whether it's an older caravan, a newer caravan, it's all very similar. One thing that we will look at when we come to look at the caravan is actual just general condition. So we're looking for big dents, big damage, any scuffs, any marks, and what helps that is if the caravan is in a clean, tidy state. Now we bought a caravan about 3 weeks ago that was absolutely green. Today we've just had a little old Lunar Quasar, which I think was a 2006. Yeah, 2006. And I was a little bit unsure on whether to actually retail this or whether to look at possibly trading it, because again we've sort of said about the possibilities of trading the vans out if they're not quite up to scratch. And what was making me wonder was it just looks a little bit sort of a little bit old, a little bit grimy, a little bit sort of like a lot of the decals might have needed swapping over on it. The reason that I was thinking about possibly retailing it was that it's really good on the dampers. For a 2006, it's been really well looked after, it's been serviced, it's been kept on top of. So damp wise it was really good, but it was just literally that it looked a little bit worse for wear. But literally just having a quick wash off, it's absolutely transformed the van. It's turned the caravan into a completely different caravan, and it definitely affected the value of what we could offer, because when we were looking at it, it was very difficult to see whether we needed to replace the decals on there, whether there's more damage to the windows than what we thought, whether other little items were broken on there. So it really made it difficult for us to sort of look at the caravan and go, right, yeah, everything's really good on that caravan and we can retail that ourselves, or I want to, if it was a private person, again they'd be looking at it and thinking, well, if I'm going to use it, what have I got to be replacing? So very similar to how we would look at it really. And when it's green and covered in filth and dirt, it's very difficult to see past that sometimes. So I think number one is making sure that the van is actually clean and tidy, and you can actually see what you're getting. If you turn up and it's green and it's filthy and you're sort of looking at it and you're thinking, this doesn't look great, it looks a bit of a mess, your first impression is just a negative really. So if you turn up and the van is really clean and tidy, brilliant. Few little bits on this where there's a bit of green, but that didn't really on this, and again on another van, that silly little bits like that isn't going to really put us off, as long as the main van itself is clean and tidy and we can actually see what we're looking at. So that's going to be your big one. Another thing, number two probably, is the caravan tyres. So one thing that we're looking at is whether the tyres are in date. Now on your caravan tyres there'll be a little marking on there with a little box like this, and it will say on this one 0419. So that week means the 4th week of 2019 that these tyres were built on, and these need to be within 5 to 7 years old. If they're over that, then they definitely need replacing. So that's another thing that we're going to look at. So again, if you've got your caravan and the tyres are really old, it might be worth actually just getting them changed straight away. And it's just something, when somebody comes to look at it then, that they don't look at that and go, actually, why haven't they changed the tyres? Has it not been serviced? Has it not been looked after? If another thing, it's not another bargaining power that the then has gone. Instead of you at the last minute going, oh well, are the tyres £100, are they £150, are they £20? it takes all that away. If the brand new tyres or the tyres are in perfect order and the date is fine, there's no negotiation there. There's nothing there that can sort of give you a negative of what you're asking for. Inside again, if it's nice, clean, tidy, and again also when you're taking the pictures of the caravan, people want to be able to see what's actually in the van. They want to be able to see the upholstery. So if you've got all chairs and bits and pieces all over the place, again, it's just not giving it a great light. So people want to be able to see and be able to, when they actually come to look at the caravan, actually walk all the way through. And again, it's just being able to physically see everything. Carpets are a little bit dirty in this one, and again, some people will be put off by that. If you're selling it privately, that is going to probably put people off a little bit. Whereas we as a dealer, we sort of look at it and go, well, actually we're going to go through and give it a good clean before it goes on sale anyway. So it's, as long as they're not holed and they're not absolutely destroyed and smelling of dog, etc., it's not really going to be a major issue. If it's just a bit of surface dust and dirt, that's no problem whatsoever. But again, if you're selling it private, like I say, that might just put people off. So again, it depends how you're looking to sell it. You also really, I've not got the lights in this, and again, it's not putting it into the best light to be able to see it all. So if you can power the caravan up, get the lights on so people can see how it actually looks, and it just gives it that warm, cosy feel. Next thing then is actually getting everything working. So if you can get the heating on, get a bit of heat into the caravan, have the fridge on. A fridge is an important part where people, if that fridge needed replacing and they can't see it actually working on the day that they're coming to buy it, it could just be something that it just puts doubt in the mind. And if there's lots of little things and it all adds up into a big thing, and then they decide not to actually buy the caravan. So if you can get the fridge working, get that nice and cool, and at least people then know that that fridge is working. And again, that goes for the heating, etc., and the water system and the gas system. Really then it's just generally down to having it nice, clean, tidy, presentable. Obviously kitchens, bathrooms are the biggest areas, so if you can make sure that the bathroom area is nice and clean, your kitchen area, just make sure that it's not full of old bacon and grease and dirt and grime, etc. And again, it's just going to put it into the best light for when somebody comes to actually buy it. Again, even for us, as being a dealer, if we turn up and it's absolutely full, caked in, and then I've got to literally look at that and sort of think, right, okay, how many hours am I going to have somebody spending on that to get that cleaned up? Because I've got to take that into consideration now, because it's going to be an extra 2-3 hours more than what I initially thought that it would possibly be. So it's all going to affect the value. So if you can create the scenario basically where somebody walks in and they go, yeah, absolutely everything's perfect, there's no reason that I don't want to buy this caravan, you've got a far more better chance of that person than if it's a private person that come along and they're just going to give you the money, and it's going to take a lot of the haggling out of it as well. Obviously if there's big gouges and dents and things like that, there's not a huge amount that you can do with some things, but if you can just present it in the best light that is possible, it is just going to help you actually sell it and get the most value. Another important one is service history. If you can show that the caravan's just been serviced recently within the last 6 months, and there's a good damp report there and there's no issues on the damp, for a private buyer that's going to make a big difference, because they can actually have a little bit more confidence that they're buying something that isn't full of issues and problems, and that there's no major damp issues, and that they can look at the report, go through it and see exactly what was picked up on the service report. And again, if there was issues that were stated as a problem, that they were actually fixed, and again you can then show that to the people that are buying it. For ourselves, when we come through, we'll do a full damp check and then check all of the panels, make sure there's no cracks in the panels, making sure all the tyres are good, making sure that there's no dents, damage and things like that that is going to cost us more. And then when we come inside of the caravan, it's then just a general check through, and again making sure that we've not got to spend an extra day cleaning the caravan, because again that extra day is all going to cost money when we sort of look at it and say, right, what has that caravan actually cost us at the end of the day, because we have to put those costs onto what the caravan has cost us originally. And then finally is the CRIS check. So again, you want to make sure that the CRIS document is in your details and it's actually registered to you and your address, and then you can show that and prove that to whoever it is that's buying it. And again, if you're looking to buy one, you can actually do a CRIS check yourself. Go onto the CRIS website and then you can see on there, do a check and get all the information, and make sure that the document that you're seeing is correct. And again, if you actually own the caravan, that's why it's so important then to have it registered into your details, so that when we or a customer, anybody else looking to buy your caravan, does a CRIS check, everything all ties up, and it's not an old CRIS document that then isn't tying up, and it then puts questions and doubts into the people's minds. Hopefully it's been a quick sort of run through of, if you're looking to sell your caravan, just little pointers. It's not a full in-depth right in deep sort of, but it just gives you an idea of what we're going to look at and what potentially other people, when they come to look at your caravan to buy it, what they're going to look at. We do buy caravans, and again, we're still buying strong, so if you're looking to sell and you just want to sell it without all the hassle, etc., we will buy it. Just give us a call, just have a look on our website, thecaravanplace.com, or drop us an email. Hopefully this has been some help if you are looking to sell your caravan. Thanks, I'm Mark at The Caravan Place.